In the first part, we will understand how to read and break down the passage into key data points. After that, our mentor will solve the test under strict timer.
All right, let's synthesize this set. Arya, mediocre student, tier 2 engineering college, decent, modestly paying IT company. Okay, she found her role mundane after a year. Shruti left to pursue MBA from a top business school. Uh, Significant career growth and potential salary increase. So Arya felt intrigued. Shruti appreciated Arya's aspiration, telling her could not only land faster career progression. So these things we have already highlighted here. Arya was concerned. So this will directly become your core objective and root cause. Balance between MBA entrance exam preparation and her current job. So the fact that she has been a mediocre student comes into the play here. That as a mediocre student, she is not very confident that she'll be able to balance entrance exam and current job. So considered resigning to focus entirely on MBA preparation. Shruti cautioned her that a career break is looked upon unfavorably. Okay, so who are the stakeholders here? If you look at that, so you have Arya, you have Shruti, you also have Arya's company, and you have the B schools as the stakeholders. What is the core objective? Core objective is to decide whether she should prepare for the B school entrance or not. What is the root cause behind this? Her being a mediocre student, so she's concerned about the fact that can she balance prep with job. Other root cause is what? You can always say then let go of the job. The other cause is that career break is looked down upon as unfavorable. What is the dilemma direction? Do prep with the job versus only do the prep versus don't do anything. So this is also an option you can pursue hypothetically. However, they have given us enough reasons to say that some action is needed because she's finding her role as mundane. Obviously, your root cause and dilemma will also bring in some element of the questions themselves. The questions will also govern that this is the root cause, this is the dilemma. But from the passage, this is what you can say. The timeline impact is somewhere around short term. She has to decide should she quit her job. All right, long term, she wants to do an MBA. Overall, this seems to be a 1 year thing. Long term, you should also add that the MBA that she does should give her these benefits that she is looking for. So, in the longest term, the benefits, your career trajectory increases, your salary increases, you get a role of your choice. All of these things are required. All right, so let's synthesize this set. Zubin, owner and chief editor of a newspaper, pluralist. Okay, high reporting standards and outstanding writing quality. Authentic reporting, newspapers sensationalize news, so they are authentic. uh, Highly supportive towards their employees. Okay, Ramya is the editing team lead, well known for a stringent adherence to ethical standards. Okay, then you have Aditya, award winning senior journalist. He has brought in an expose of a mining company operating in ecological vulnerable area. uh, Tens of peoples were interviewed, uh, and mining company uses illegal means. These activities may lead to destruction of the local ecological balance. Unable to obtain an interview with the management. All right. Significant revelations are offered on these alleged illegal activities. His sources have requested for complete anonymity. So, who are the stakeholders? This is a passage where you have a lot of stakeholders. So, you have Zubin, You have Ramya, the lead editor. Zubin is the CEO. You have Aditya, your senior journalist. You will also have Pluralist, your newspaper as a whole, because they have defined what Pluralist is known for. Apart from this, you will have your mining company as a stakeholder. You will also have your witnesses, your sources, your witnesses also as stakeholders. What is the core objective here? Now this is a set where a direct problem statement has not been identified. I mean, you have been given the context, but you have not been told what exactly is going to be done. However, if you read between the lines, you will understand that the core objective should be decide, should we publish or not? This article should we publish or not? What are the root causes which is causing this confusion behind should we publish or not? The sources are anonymous, so you are not able to get them on the record, which would somewhere diminish this entire standard that we have created for your newspaper, the Pluralist. Apart from this, why we need to decide this? I mean, you can always let go of this publication, don't publish it. The other reason is that illegal means damage to the ecosystem. So, as a newspaper which has, high reporting standards, outstanding writing quality, authentic reporting. If this is true, this is something they must do because this is in the benefit of the overall ecosystem that they are part of. So the dilemma direction is publish with anonymous sources versus do not publish. And the timeline impact is something which they have not given to us. However, I am pretty sure they will create some sort of urgency because the decision has to be made quickly because you have an article ready. So you have to probably decide very quickly whether you should publish it or not. All right, let's synthesize this set. True Color event management company in Eastern India inviting Tollywood and made money out of selling tickets. Stars were paid a fixed fee, regardless of the number of tickets sold. Specialized team that negotiated the singer's fee. Selling the tickets was done by external media agency Genius. They had a long standing relationship with us and they have achieved 50,000 tickets for all flagship events. Mr. Sukanto joined as in house sales and marketing, exclusively created for him. CEO Mr. Adil, the task is to increase the sales of tickets to 1 lakh. So this is directly your core objective. He had seen similar cities sell more than 75,000 tickets. Over time, reaching seems plausible for him. So who are the stakeholders? You have True Color and ZDS. Okay, you have your general audience also who will be part of your, who will be purchasing the tickets. Within this True Color, you will have Sukanta Rao, your in-house marketing manager, and you will have Adil, who will be your CEO. And apart from this, you also have the Tollywood singers. However, they were mentioned once and nothing special was talked about them. So we can just put that at the end. So what is the core objective? Increase sales from 50,000 to 1 lakh. This is your core objective, that you have to increase the sales. So you are probably going to be Sukanta Rao in the questions. Okay, what are the root causes if you want to increase the sales from 50,000 to 1 lakh? Why is this issue occurring? As in, what is stopping this transition? So that is something we don't really have a lot of information on. So they have not really said any negative news which can be construed as a root cause. So for now, root cause we can pin down on the external factors, which would be ZDS, that we have an external media agency who is selling the tickets and they are maintaining the 50k. So technically they themselves have not been able to increase the sales from 50k to 1 lakh. So they would be the root cause. The dilemma direction in that situation will become, should we, continue with ZDS and make some modifications in the contracts, etc., versus should we, find some alternatives. The alternatives can be you find another agency, or try and do it in house. This seems to be the dilemma direction. This is a short passage, so the understanding of these three you should build, but you should build this quickly, because all three of these can probably change with each information, each added information that you get for a particular question. So timeline impact, again, they have not really mentioned. In the long term, 1 lakh seems feasible. In the short term, 75K seems feasible. So this would be the synthesis of this particular set. All right, let us synthesize this set. Ned Flander, Homer Simpson, okay, law firm, unwavering commitment to client satisfaction, clients as family members, okay, highly regarded in the industry. Uh, Homer is flamboyant, Ned is serious, they bring a dynamic balance, okay. Strong socialization ritual for the newcomers. Uh, Socialization ritual ensures they fully understand the nature of work and all that. First week, so now they're describing the socialization ritual. Newcomers are overloaded and challenging meeting. The result is they get overwhelmed, okay, and doubting their decision to join, only for the founders to reveal it's one big prank. The ritual has served them well for 2 decades. Not all newcomers appreciate this. All right. Lisa Simpleton joined in 23. She went through the same ritual, okay. She believes other newcomers might also share the same opinion. She thinks that the current generation needs more friendly welcome. So, pretty clear on this. Your stakeholder would be the law firm, your Ned Flander plus Homer Simpson. They will be your founders. You will have, Lisa as one of your stakeholders. You will have other new recruits as your stakeholders. And because this is a ritual which is conducted year on year, so future recruits also would be your stakeholders here, because any change you make to the this ritual will affect the people who will join at a later date. So your core objective is uh, something which has not been called out separately in this particular situation. However, your core objective would be uh, here. As I've said, core objective generally is in the last set itself, last passage itself. So we should end the ritual. Core objective is we should end the ritual. And what are the root causes for this ending the ritual? Uh, Newcomers, you know, uh, newcomers are in need of friendly welcome. The current socialization is unwelcoming. So the dilemma direction is to continue this ritual as it is because it has served you well over the past 2 decades, versus let go of this entirely, which is what Lisa wants, versus a third hidden option, modify it, which would be the solid middle ground, which ensures both the things, that the ritual is welcoming but also benefits the company. The timeline impact is going to be long term, because any change that you make will impact the generations of lawyers that are going to come. In short term, again, it will depend on the question statements itself. All right, let's start with the second part of that 2025 decision making. Hopefully I'll complete this in the allocated time. Let's go. All right, let me quickly browse through the passages. This is short one. All right, this is okay. Very short, love it. And this is okay. So I'll, no, not submit. All right, so I'll start with the first one. Okay, Arya had been a mediocre student, finishing her undergrad from a tier 2. She secured a decent, modest paying job. Okay, 1 year of job, Arya found her role mundane. Best friend at the company left to pursue an MBA. Citing significant career growth and potential salary increase, Arya felt intrigued to follow the same path. Okay. Shruti appreciated Arya's aspirations, telling her that doing MBA from a top B school could not only end Arya lucrative job, but it could fast track. All right, fair enough. Everyone knows this. Arya was concerned whether she would be able to balance between her MBA entrance exam preparation and the current job. So everyone of you is Arya. Arya considered resigning to focus, but Shruti cautioned her that top B schools might view. Okay, so no new information. Every serious MBA aspirant knows this. CEO tied up with a premier business school to reserve 30 seats in an online program. CEO declared employee participation will have to sign a 3-year bond with the firm. Okay. CEO added that though good performance was a criteria for selection, he would hold authority to take a final call. Arya, well aware of her academic limitations, was unsure about the time available to prepare for the MBA entrance exams. She contemplated going for the management certificate program instead of preparing for the MBA entrance exam. So she has two choices. One will require her to, make significant efforts, while the other one, this tie-up thing, is based on good performance, and CEO will take the final call. Which of the following considerations will best help Arya decide whether to apply for the online management certificate program? Let's see. So the core problem statement here is that Arya is feeling stuck at her job and she wants to fast track her career, and basically she wants significant career growth and potential salary increase. So these are the two things that we want, and if it can be achieved in this particular proposition, then why not? Keeps getting appreciated. So this shows that Arya might be likely to get to make the cut, but this does not show whether this is a good fit. So because she's getting appreciated, so yes, so this part, that good performance and final call, these feel justified, but it does not justify that this program is actually good enough, and that is what we want to address. Arya wants to be part of a very good alumni network. So again, fair enough, but again does not justify this. Shruti attempted MBA exams twice before she could get selected. So this just goes to show that MBA entrance exams are tough. This does not, address our core issue. Feels that the online program is light enough to manage while working full time. So again, this option is talking about the feasibility of this, management certificate program. If she gets in, then she'll be able to manage it. Uh, you know, this does not talk about whether this online certification course is good. Those who complete this online management certificate program do well in their career. I mean, this is what we were looking for, right? This was the core issue that we wanted to address. Next. Hard on MBA entrance exams, received an admission offer from two-year agribusiness. All right. She aspired to be part of Premier Business. She has no interest in agribusiness. She received an offer from a brand new but buzzworthy global one-year executive MBA program in general management in a mid-tier business school. The program boosted excellent placement. All right. The performance was typically geared towards students with a considerable industry experience, which she herself is not. She has minimal experience. She would be a good fit in the executive MBA program or not. She's worried about that. Which of the following considerations would best help Aryan taking admission in the one-year executive program? So let's read through the options. Uh, what we really want to, achieve here is uh, that this executive MBA program, while she has lesser work experience, it should be something that furthers her career interest, and and basically make it better than this agribusiness program, because agribusiness program is going to give her the credentials of a premier business school, but it is not going to be in the field that she's interested in. So let's look at this. The interested field is what we are going to be more focused on. Arya does not have the confidence. So this shows that she might not be able to do the MBA. Again, this does not show the benefit of this executive MBA program. Same argument as the previous question. Our core issue is that agribusiness program is not the flagship. So this is actually a good option to have, that it's not the flagship program. So why should I go for it? So I'll keep it for now. Unique structure of executive MBA program has gained a lot of attention from new startups. Now, new startups, it's a buzzword, but is Arya really, interested in startups? Is it something that she wants to join? I mean, she has been in IT company. We don't know what her actual interest is. So still, I would say B is still better than C. Arya has a better chance of furthering her career in a field of her interest through the executive MBA program. This is the best. I mean, this is the problem she had, right? That in the full-time MBA, she would have to, study about the agribusiness program and work in that domain. But if she gets a guarantee like this, that the executive MBA program will, improve the chance of furthering her career in the field of her interest. So this is what we were actually looking for. Executive program offers general scholarships again. So this is an added incentive, but nowhere has it mentioned that Arya needs the scholarship. So D is the clear answer here. So very easy set, all things considered. Third question: working hard MBA entrance exam, received two admission offers. All right, one. Okay. She opted for the 1 year executive. To her shock, she receives a call from authorities of the mid-tier business school. Due to a technical glitch in the system, more admissional offers were made than the available seats. Candidate lower, including Arya, were being offered a choice from the following options: a deferred admission next year to the same program or a full refund of the fee. They also said Arya could right now join a similar program in a newly launched campus. So Arya considered whole episode as a breach of trust and wondered if it would all be worthwhile to be associated with the business school now or in the future, which will restore her faith in this business school. So the problem statement is that Arya believes that there has been a breach of trust. So she is concerned about the brand image, and that is what we need to address through the options. Similar incident happened 3 years back in other business schools. Again, we don't care about that. We are concerned with the brand image of the business school and not if there were good placements or not, or if this is something very common in the industry. A deferred admission will give her a chance to build on her work experience. Again, not the core issue. The core issue was, the brand value. Business school owned the mistake and tried their best to help the affected candidate. So this does, imply that certain elements of trust can be restored. So this is a good option to have. Business school runs many management training programs on ethical. I mean, business school runs these programs, and is it itself ethical? These are two separate stories. So again, not something we are focused on. Many schools give offers to more candidates. Again, this just justifies that this is a common practice. So C is the only right option here. All right, next set. So, owner, chief editor, authentic reporting, responsible employers known for highly supportive. All right, so a lot of appreciation for this pluralist, led by Ramya. Okay, so Ramya is known for a string adherence to the ethical standards. Aditya is an award-winning senior journalist, and he has brought a new article. Hard-hitting reporting style, interviews with tens of people may lead to destruction of the local ecological balance. Aditya is unable to obtain an interview with the management of the mining company. Plus, his sources have requested for complete anonymity. So basically, you have three stakeholders: Zubin, Ramya, and Aditya. Aditya has bought an article, which he believes, and rightfully so, that it will be in the benefit of the environment. However, he is not able to get it corroborated by the sources because they want to be anonymous. Ramya is between Zubin and Aditya, and Ramya is the person who will be uh, you know uh, uh, editing. So basically the final approval will come from Ramya, and Zubin is just the owner and the chief editor. All right, so let's read. Ramya is trying to decide whether to publish the article, enhance the reputation, possible political and economical backlash. All right, legal team is saying that because you're relying mostly on anonymous sources, legally vulnerable. All right, Aditya is a senior journalist and will respected for the quality of his reporting. Okay, topic is time sensitive, so you have to decide within 2 3 days which of the following reasons will best enable Ramya to publish the article. So we essentially either would want to diminish this legal risk if possible, or we should either rely on the Aditya Swarup's current credibility. Ramesh should publish the article because any investigation by Aditya. So this is right off the bat a good option because you are in a time sensitive situation, so you can trust your employer. Fair enough, not very confident on this, but let's keep this. Ramya should publish because a similar article was published by another mining company last week in another. Okay, so this is not a precedent for this. We are, trying to judge between trusting Aditya or, you know, basically weighing should we go with Aditya or should we, value the legal ramifications more. Ramya should publish because the same news can get published by a competitor. So this is again not a valid reason for this. If the other person is going to make a legal breach, should we do that? No, because our legal team is mostly overcautious about any possibility of backlashes. So this one does diminish, the value of the legal angle a little bit. However, legal team is supposed to be like this. So if there is a possibility of legal backlash, and which is very rightfully explained also because your sources are anonymous. So while this option is in the direction we want, A would be a better one, that we can trust our employee, uh, instead of something which has been already, painted very well for us. Ramya should publish the article given the time sensitive. So again, because it is time sensitive does not mean I will just go ahead and publish this. So I'll go with option A here. Not very sure, but yeah. After the article is published, it goes viral. Mining company pushes back. Potential inquiries do not entirely invalidate the article. They substantially undermines its message. Okay. Ramya asked Aditya for proof. Two employees were recently fired and they now admitted they were not completely honest. Okay. Some point raised in the articles might still be valid. It is difficult to separate the inaccuracies. So the overall sense that you are guessing is that a mess of the situation has been made. That some points might be true, but it is difficult to separate, what is right and what is wrong. Ramya brings this to Zubin and admitting that she has hastily permitted the publication, which is the most responsible action that the CEO can now take, the chief editor can now take. Okay, publish an article accusing the mining company again. So this is not a responsible action. You are doubling down on something even though you know you are in the wrong. So this is not the right answer. Publish a modified version of the article next day defending the investigative journalism of Aditya Swarup. So Aditya has already, committed a blunder by, uh, absorbing intel which was later proved to be wrong. So there's no responsibility. It is not a responsible action to defend Aditya. The best thing you can probably do is retract the entire article. You should do that because again it is not clear that in the article what is right and what is wrong. So in that case you should retract the entire article. So C and D seems to be the good option here. Aditya Swarup will no longer be with the newspaper and Ramya's apology in the newspaper. So this is too extreme. You are firing an employer based on something which was again not entirely his fault. The informant gave wrong intel. He should have conducted his check, which seems to be the case that he has done a thorough check. But this seems to be an overkill. So between these two, this feels to be the more well balanced and responsible action. Publish a follow up article disclosing the identity of the source. Again, this is unethical. Your sources want to be anonymous, so we can't just go ahead and do this. So D will be the answer for this question. All right. Aditya's reputation has been hit. Okay, he approaches Zubin to go back to the mining company. Fresh investigation will require time and money. It might enhance the reputation of the newspaper. Zubin wants Aditya's reputation to be restored. Zubin is confident continuing to work on the mining will not yield any results. So, which of the following actions by Zubin will best enable Aditya to enhance his diminishing reputation? Assign Aditya to work as an anonymous journalist. So this will not help because his reputation is diminishing. And if you make him an anonymous journalist, then that entire angle is going to go away. He is no longer in the picture, so his reputation will continue to take the hit. Tell Aditya that he plans to delegate the mining company project to a fresh team who will work in consultation with Aditya. So the idea is this, that while Zubin already knows that pursuing work on the mining company no longer makes sense, uh, and involving Aditya with that furthermore, it will not improve Aditya's reputation because Zubin has already determined that this mining company article is a lost cause. So B is also wrong. Assign a new investigative project to Aditya advising him to focus on the. So this is a good idea, right? If you are failing at one project, maybe a second project in which you can shine and save your image is the best way to go. Ask Aditya to start his own YouTube channel since more people are again absurd. It's out of the blue. Ask Aditya to focus on mentoring new and young journalists instead of working on any. So this shows a lack of confidence from Zubin, and not doing any investigative report for some time will further diminish their reputation. So C seems to be the best out of this. All right, let's try and do this very fast. True color event management has been okay. I don't care about this. Fixed fee again okay. Uh, they rely on ZDS for selling the tickets. ZDS has a long-standing relationship and instrumental in achieving a target of 50,000 tickets. Okay. Sukanta has joined in-house sales and marketing manager exclusively created for him. CEO has assigned a task of increasing sales to 1 lakh. In Sukanta's earlier, he had seen the similar cities sell more than 75,000. He felt that over time, 1 lakh can be reached. Okay. Sukanta felt that the aspiration target can be achieved only if ZDS is replaced. However, he is not sure if he should make any major changes in his first year. Which of the following reasons will best help Sukanta not to start making major changes? The owner of ZDS are respective citizens of Tivana. Again, what you do in your personal life should not come into the way of a business decision. So A is not the answer. True Color recruited Sukanta specifically to increase ticket sales by whatever means necessary. I mean, if this is true, then he should probably start making major changes immediately. So this is going against what we want. ZDS has managed Truecolor's marketing for the last 5 years. So ZDS has a long-standing arrangement with us. So this does, feel like a good option to have. Let's see further. Sukanda needs more time to learn about the dynamics of the Eastern market. I mean, this is a good option to have, because you are new to this area and you have seen 75,000 tickets for such events in your earlier stints, but this is a new area that you are at. So you should probably spend some time. This directly goes along with this. Do not make major changes immediately because you need to learn about the dynamics of this particular market. For around a decade, ticket sales have consistently hovered. Again, so this is, you know, uh, not a solid enough reason uh, for this. This would actually mean that you should probably do something disruptive. All right, just 2 weeks before, Adil receives a few email complaining selling phony tickets. Adil inquires with the security agency. They have no mechanism to check the authenticity of the tickets. Which of the following options will best help Adil to ignore the accusation from the competing media agencies and maintain the status quo? So we have to find an option which negates the value of this, accusation. In Tivana, the competing media agencies keep defaming each other out of. I mean, this is a good option to have. This directly says that this continues to happen with or without any, base. All right. Few prominent personalities have to be allowed in without tickets. So this is advocating that this practice is justified. What we really want is that this accusation is something which is not based. So this is addressing a different issue. This is justifying that yes, whatever this black market thing is happening, it's fine. So this is not what we want. ZDS is the largest media agency in Tivana. Again, the scale of your size does not matter when you are being accused of something. Some attendees admitted to paying cash to gatekeepers. So B and D are pretty similar in that nature. So we don't need to justify the action. We just need to find an option which gives us the peace of mind that this accusation is unbased. ZDS promises a particular threshold of ticket sales as decided by Truecolor. So again, this is also on the revenue side of things. This is not talking about the accusation at all. So A would be the right answer here. Okay. Discuss with Adil unless they get into ticket selling. All right. Moving away from ZDS. Sukanta added True Color would achieve self-sufficiency over couple of years. Adil was concerned but understood Sukanta's point. He authorized Sukanta to take it forward. So ZDS has been fired and he recruited a team from his support staff. As the event approached, the team dedicated executing and 40,000 tickets were sold. Disturbed by the situation, Adil must now navigate the company's immediate reaction. Which of the following should now be Adil's best course of action? He should make Sukanta and his team go back to ZDS immediately. So the things to pick up on was that Sukanta said that self-sufficiency will be achieved over 2 years. And he has, for the first year, hired a skeletal team which would probably improve over the course of the second year, which is yet to come. So any immediate actions do not make sense. He should make Sukanta and his team go back to ZDS. No. Immediately, no. He should dismiss the team. No. He should threaten Sukanta. I mean, threatening is not going to be ethical anyways. And you actually signed up off on this, and you were told that there would be an initial dip. So this is not feasible. He should engage a different media agency. Again, this is also overreaction. He should wait and watch, as the investment may need more time to be a result, which was already something Sukanta has pointed out. So this will be the right answer here. All right, moving on. Law firm, flamboyant, okay. I'm just skimming now because I only have 3 minutes. Newcomers with a barrage of tasks, okay. Socialist revealed. Socialization ritual has served them well for the past 2 decades, okay. One lawyer in 23 and went through the same ritual, found it unwelcoming. Lisa thinks that the current generation, especially post-COVID, needs more friendly welcome, and the firm must put an end to this ritual. All right. New batch joined, feels that it's her moral responsibility to deprive of the ensuing stress. All right. So she's on probation. She can't do this outrightly. So which of the following will save the newcomers without being singled out for questioning the organization's culture? So you have to point out, you want to put a stop on this, welcome ritual without getting signaled out. Meet one of the newcomers in secret and tell her about this practice. This does not guarantee that you will not be signaled out, because the newcomer can go ahead and tell others that this person has told me. Seek a meeting with Nat, suggest him to put an end to this practice. Good option, but again this will also sort of signal you out. So we want something which is group focused. Join a team of lawyers. I mean, yes, petition to the founders to end this practice. So you are joining a team of lawyers, which is not going to signal you out. Generic workshop, again this will signal you out. Be silent this year will not save the newcomers at all. So C is the answer for this. Which of the following actions by Lisa can best enable her to diffuse the situation? So let us quickly understand what the situation is. Batch 2024 received an anonymous mail. Okay. The water cooler discussion murmur. Okay, so some anonymous mail was sent, and people think it was sent by Lisa. However, she did not write the mail, and she is feeling overwhelmed. So how best to navigate this? She should meet the founders and share that while she has a reservation about the practice, she did not send. Right off the bat makes sense, because founders are the ones who are angry. Right, so directly addressing to them while taking your stance that yes, I do not approve of this, but I did not send the mail, seems to be the right. Good business communication is a key theme that is explored in these sections. She should send a public email. Again, public email makes no sense. She should publicly apologize. Again, makes no sense. Focus on her work. Inaction, better action when there is present. Why go for inaction? And she should apologize to the founders, taking accountability for creating a climate that resulted. So this is going to advocate taking a stance where you are somewhere not bothered by this situation. So A would be the right option here. So I have yet again run out of time. I really did think that I would finish it off. So okay, let's look at the last question which is left. 2025, new batch of lawyers have joined the firm. Some lawyers have approached the founders to express their appreciation for the intent behind the ritual. Uh, so they liked the ritual, but they feel the ritual has become, too archaic, showing its age and necessitates some fresh thinking. So this is the theme we want to explore. As they leave, Nat feels that the time has come to abandon the ritual. Homer disagrees. He adds social has been effective. Okay. Which of the following actions should the founders best take if they still want to welcome the newcomers by exposing them to the harsh reality well being? So basically, you want a solution. You want to modify this ritual is what you have to do. They should talk to their competitors in the same industry. So again, in the same industry, maybe your competitors are still sticking to this archaic practice, so that does not make any sense. They should stick to what they are doing, but hire a mental health professional. Again, this is not addressing the core issue. The core issue is that we should modify the process to show some fresh thinking. That is what we want. Getting a mental health professional is just like applying band-aid to something that has already happened. It is post fact. It is not addressing the core issue. They should invite suggestions from the young lawyers regarding formalization. I mean, this seems to be a good option, right? Young lawyers were appreciative of the requirement for this, but they are also the ones who are advocating for fresh thinking here, so they would probably be the best judge here. They should get a mental health professional to design the course. Again, so between C and D would both be good options to have. However, it being mentally taxing is not what has been highlighted here. It is just that the execution is archaic and you need some fresh thinking, which has to be from a from someone who is younger, which was pointed out here, that especially post COVID needs more friendly welcome. So maybe the initiative should come from that. C and D both are good options, but C is more contextualized. Just mental health professional is used here as a jargon word. That I'll just say mental health word, and people will fall for it because I mean it is important, but people do tend to as soon as mental health is mentioned somewhere, you just tend to accept it. So you can't do that here. They should in their website share details about how tough the workload is going to be. I mean, this is again not addressing the core issue that we want to change the this onboarding process. So C will be the answer here.
If you want to do this in a structured manner, you should go to our website, link in description, and enroll to get access to past year XAT questions in quiz format.